If there's one thing I know about human beings is that they can't just sell things. You can't just show someone a bowl of Frosted Flakes and say, hey, these are really tasty. You have to bestow sentience on a tiger and fill his veins with meth. That is what sells cereal. It must be for this reason that so many cereal mascots exist. You probably think, oh, what's there, like 5 mascots? There's T-Tigs, there's the Onomatopoeia triplets, Drug Rabbit, and Frank. But no, look at this. Look at this extensive list of characters torn from the folds of the brains of madmen to sell sugary pieces of corn and wheat. Let's take a closer look at some of history's more interesting cereal mascots. The first cereal mascot to gain widespread popularity was created by the early 1900s cereal brand Force. This intensely named company originally went with very matter-of-fact advertising, as their first advertising copy for their new cereal was "The food that is all food," which is, I mean, that's just facts, that can't be disputed. The advertising images for this were rosy-cheeked children, and the box was decorated with images of muscular men wrestling with chains for reasons that baffle scholars to this very day. For some reason, this initial campaign did not do well, so Force went back to the drawing board. So they try again with a new advertiser, and they come up with 2 characters. One, a real sad sack of shit called, I kid you not, Jimmy Dumps. The Jimmy Dumps lore isn't too in-depth, but we can glean from a short poem that he goes by Jim. He is an asshole. He lives on the hermit plan, which makes him, frankly, relatable. He has clinical depression, and the cure for this depression? Force cereal. This cereal turns the virgin Jim Dumps into the Chad Sunny Jim and sold the hell out of some wheat. Frankenberry is one of the more well-known cereal mascots, but there's some things about him you might not have known. Created by Mary Shelley, the character shown on the box was actually Frankenberry's monster. Frankenberry was the scientist. Also, apparently part of this character's powers included an indigestible pigment that turned children's poop pink. This is next-level advertising that has not been attempted since, as the poop was even coined Frankenberry stool. It just goes to show you that no press is bad press.
Teddy told me that in Greek, nostalgia literally means the pain from an old wound.
Buzz Bee is a titan of the cereal mascot industry, but came from humble beginnings. Originally, the bee had no name, but in 2000, a 5th grader won a contest and named him Buzz Bee. The 5th grader later said that it was really a missed opportunity to make his name the entire Bee movie script, and it is one of her life's greatest regrets. Buzz Bee enjoyed the high life as a cereal celebrity, appearing on every box of Honey Nut Cheerios, as well as starring in commercials. But, as so often happens in Hollywood, there was something darker lurking underneath. In 1995, Buzz Bee changed his catchphrase to "Nobody can say no" to Honey Nut Cheerios.
And a bigger crunch.
This led to allegations about his misconduct coming to light, and he lost his endorsement from Honey Nut Cheerios. Buzz Bee died in 2004 after an altercation in a Denny's parking lot turned violent, and he used the one lifetime sting all honeybees get to defend himself. The mascot is now Jim Gaffigan in a 2 sizes too small bee costume, and I think we can all agree he's doing a great job. I always find it funny when people give Marvel credit for starting the idea of cinematic universes. When I hear people praising these bland films, I simply scoff and point them towards my collection of Cookie Crisp novels and short stories. The Cookie Crisp Cinematic Universe, or CCCU, is truly a sight to behold. Starting in 1977, that's right, 40 years before the first superhero movie was even made, Cookie Crisp introduced Cookie Jarvis. Cookie Jarvis was a wizard, but not a good one because he could only turn cookie jars into cereal bowls. Due to his low power level, Cookie Jarvis was killed by a lowly street criminal. Then, as is tradition, this man became the new Cookie Crisp mascot, and throughout the 80s, the character known as Cookie Crook was pursued by Cookie Cop, who it was later revealed is, and this is massive spoilers here for the CCCU, Cookie Jarvis's long-lost son. Then I guess there was like a dog mascot and a wolf guy, but I don't know. After the last big movie, I got kind of bored and I really stopped paying attention. It's easy to understand why so many people respect Captain Crunch. As the only cereal mascot to serve in the armed forces, he rose through the ranks of the U.S. Navy and became captain of his own vessel, the Guppy. Or did he? An in-depth investigation conducted by the Wall Street Journal unearthed some disturbing discrepancies in Captain Crunch's backstory. In this investigative piece, journalists tracked down Captain Crunch's murky origins. Crunch claims he was born on an island off the coast of Ohio in the Sea of Milk. This island contained, among other things, talking trees and a mountain named Mount Crunchmore. This simply cannot be, as the state of Ohio is nowhere near the ocean, and certainly not near any islands. There was also no evidence of a body of liquid containing anywhere near the chemical composition of milk on planet Earth. And experts believe, as far as Mount Crunchmore goes, that Crunch simply saw Mount Rushmore and put his name in the title. But the most damning evidence came when they looked at his military record. The Wall Street Journal contacted the United States Navy and found that they had no record of Captain Crunch's military service. Furthermore, his suit often depicts him with varying numbers of bars on his shoulder, but never 4, the amount a Navy captain should have. As the evidence for falsification of his rank grew, Crunch could not be reached for a statement, and his publicist would only say he was out on the high seas. This was seen as many as an allusion to Crunch's crippling amphetamine addiction. As charges were brought against Crunch, a Navy battalion was dispatched to capture him. What followed was the longest naval standoff in U.S. history. Captain Crunch took the lives of 40 naval servicemen, but was captured alive. He was given the death penalty and sits on death row in Leavenworth Military Prison. He will be executed by being forced to swallow small plastic cereal toys in 2023.
Right, and it's part of our nutritious breakfast.
Honey nutty flavor.
Sure is one honey over now.
It's Honey Nut Cheerios.